When The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom launched, everyone seemed to fall in love with it instantly. Everyone except me. I played it, I tried to get into it, and honestly, it just didn't click. I had a similar experience with Breath of the Wild, so I walked away thinking, maybe this just isn't for me. Fast forward to 2026, and for reasons I didn't expect, I booted it up again on my Switch 2. No hype, no pressure, just curiosity. And this time, something changed. What I once bounced off of has completely pulled me in, and now I finally understand why this game meant so much to so many people. In this video, I just wanted to talk about why Tears of the Kingdom didn't work for me at launch, what changed years later, and how revisiting it made me fall in love with it in a way I never thought would happen. To cover my resume, I have still never completed Breath of the Wild. I've finished games like Ocarina of Time, A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, and Skyward Sword. I do really enjoy the Zelda franchise overall, but I'm definitely no expert. With that being said, when Tears of the Kingdom launched, for some reason I was excited despite not clicking with Breath of the Wild. I even purchased the collector's edition, which I still have in my collection. I started the game up and quickly started getting the same feeling I got when I first started Breath of the Wild. I was overwhelmed. So many mechanics being thrown at you, so much freedom, and a wide open world that you can jump right into. It was intimidating. I was used to video games basically treating me like a toddler and guiding me by the hand to the correct path. Fast forward to 2026, I had the feeling of wanting something more from a video game. I wanted more freedom, creativity, and the ability to just think for myself and solve things the way I want to solve them, which led me to revisiting Tears of the Kingdom. As of recording this video, I have completed 2 temples, dozens of shrines. I've found all 12 dragon tears without cheating and looking them up, and I'm excited and well on my way to finishing the game, which I fully intend on doing this time. What started out as me bouncing off the game at the 15-hour mark has turned into over 50 hours currently of absolute enjoyment and wonder, with many more to come, hopefully. A huge reason Tears of the Kingdom finally clicked for me comes down to its abilities, because this time they didn't just feel like tools, they felt like ideas. In Breath of the Wild, the abilities were smart, but they were also very rigid. You learned what they did, you figured out the right way to use them, and most of the time the game rewarded you for solving problems correctly. Tears of the Kingdom does the opposite. Abilities like Ultra Hand, Fuse, Ascend, and Recall aren't about finding the solution, they're about inventing one. The game stops asking, did you do this the intended way, and starts asking, does this work? And that shift completely changed how I approached the game. It just finally clicked in my little brain about the nuances of the mechanics and that there really isn't pressure to do things a certain way. You can approach it like any other problem in real life. The choice is yours, and that's a great feeling. The pace of the exploration can be a 100-yard dash or a marathon at a nice pace. I prefer the latter. There's always something to discover, a shrine to check off the list, or a character to help out. And in no way is this me knocking Breath of the Wild either. It's a beautiful game that I also fully plan on revisiting once I finish up Tears of the Kingdom. I know it's out of order, but I'm in too deep and having way too much fun to not finish Tears of the Kingdom at this point. I even picked up the Switch 2 edition of Breath of the Wild, as my original copy was long gone. Most of my playthrough of revisiting Tears of the Kingdom was still on the Switch 1 version, just running on the Switch 2, and I play majority of the time on handheld. It's an absolute beautiful game, but I decided to buy the Switch 2 upgrade. I didn't think it could really get much better, but the updated visuals, frame rate, and load times are a game changer. It may be one of the most gorgeous games I've ever played. The art direction in these 2 games are some of my absolute favorites, and they're amazing. I'm a firm believer that art direction can really hinder or boost a game, and I think these games nailed the art direction. I think my original approach for both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom was unintentionally that I was impatient. I wanted the Master Sword, I wanted more heart containers, I wanted more stamina, and I didn't want to put the work in to get there. I was totally ignoring the potential of the journey and how amazing it could be. But that's the beauty of Tears of the Kingdom. There's a surprisingly deep story so far, but there's also the story of your own journey, of slowly getting stronger, getting better gear, slowly understanding the mechanics and mastering them, uncovering the map and discovering things all on your own. I've played many open world games, but none of them have given me the feeling that Tears has. And yes, when the game launched, I watched some reviews, but even still, I haven't spoiled the game for myself. I haven't looked up guides. I don't even really know how the game will end or what exactly I'll be fighting. I think that's also led to a really great sense of accomplishment once I solved a puzzle, discovered a secret, or stumbled upon one of the 12 dragon tears to unlock more pieces of the story. It really is rewarding in a way that I haven't really felt in another game. And can I just talk about acquiring the Master Sword and just how beautiful and epic that whole set piece is? Maybe it's recency bias, but that may be my all-time favorite Master Sword pull. There were so many layers slowly being peeled back before that moment, and realizing Zelda was the light dragon was also a great moment. Just gaining the Master Sword finally felt like a huge accomplishment, not only in the game, but personally. It kind of just signified that I finally progressed deep into this world that others have loved for years when I couldn't see it at first. It felt like I had missed out, but not anymore. That may be dramatic, but still, video games are a big part of my life and one of my main forms of entertainment, so it does have an impact. And again, it's just so epic how you get the Master Sword. And even now, I still have so many questions. Will I reunite with Zelda again? Is she stuck in the dragon form? Will I just see her flying around the map for the rest of the time you play? If so, that would be really sad. I do expect the game to answer my questions eventually, but I still have more of a journey ahead, which is still exciting. I don't want to rush the rest of the game, and I plan on doing as many shrines, Korok seeds, and finishing up the towers before I attempt to tackle the other 2 temples. At least I believe I only have 2 more temples or dungeons left, but I guess there could be more surprises waiting for me. There's just something fitting about returning to Tears of the Kingdom years later. Zelda has always been about cycles, about falling, rebuilding, and finding your way back. In 2023, I walked away from Hyrule. In 2026, I came back, and I finally understood what it was asking of me. This isn't just a sequel about saving the world, it's a game about curiosity, patience, and trusting your own sense of wonder. Not every game hits you at the right time, and that doesn't mean it failed or that you did. Sometimes all it takes is a little distance and a second chance. And for me, Tears of the Kingdom was absolutely worth coming back to. For a brief moment, Hyrule feels whole. The sky is endless, the sword is steady, but legends aren't built in peace. They're forged when the silence breaks, and the darkness reminds you why the hero had to rise in the first place.